All right, here we have another sprint takeover by James, looking at the requesting a general review of the timeline, including strengths, type of events, religious, political, and the duration of events. Okay, so let's just take a look at it. We have Old World and Common Era. I'm presuming that the Common Era is the equivalent to Real World Common Era. Yeah, 8 AD. The apocalypse has already happened. Okay, the first day of celebration was in 2018. First Library of Things open. Oh, this is an actual thing. Well, that's fun. Okay. Brexit occurs. First game of sixes is played. Salvaging industry gains popularity. New villager religion started. Okay. Birdingcaster founded. All right. Warehouses are retrofitted. Interesting. Okay. Between the years 56. Okay. New sovereigns becomes the official currency of the UK. Metalsmith book released. Present day. Oh. 100 years in the future. Yeah, I think you could have had that as your. No. Okay, so yeah, here's some interesting things, and I think Emily has a good point. Eve, first, the Great Rewind. What's the triggering event? If you say the where okay, you say 2015 to 2055. What is the event? What was the catalyst? When you think of like World War One, you think of the assassination of Prince Ferdinand. I think is that would be the catalyst of World War One, or the United States involvement in World War Two is Pearl Harbor, December 7th, a date which will live in infamy. And so, what is the event that started the Great Rewind? Okay, Ferdinand Archduke Ferdinand. Okay. A cultural malaise brought on by an election. Okay, so then you could document that, what election, who were the parties involved, and a cultural malaise. That's an interesting thing, that the apocalypse happened because people were apathetic. It's not the most far-fetched idea, that's for sure. So I do like how you're incorporating real world of events in here. Um, but okay, so first great day of celebration. Pearl Harbor for the US, for us it was Poland. Oh, when Hitler crossed the Rhine or something like that. Brandmouth. Of all things, that's fairly realistic and believable. Yeah, and if you if you think about Wall-E, the Disney movie about the robots, um, the it is a post-apocalypse. But they're just sitting in a nice, comfortable spaceship while the apocalypse happened back on Earth. And yeah, see, I have a better belief in human nature than Wall-E gives humanity credit for. I do not believe that an entire ship full of humans would turn into gelatinous blobs in lazy chairs. I don't believe that. So back to here. Oh, think of an earthquake, post-disaster. Buildings are still down. We don't recover. Well, it's not an apocalypse. Okay. Well, okay, and maybe this isn't so much your timeline, James, but I think people are pretty resilient. Even after the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, which lasted 3 years, we still had the Roaring Twenties a couple of years later, and people were able to bounce back. We had the Great Chicago Fire. We've had, tremendous earthquakes. There would have to be something, not just a malaise. I have a friend. He is a runner. And when I say he's a runner, he competes in 24-hour running challenges. Okay? How many laps can you run in 24 hours? He's that kind of runner. And he wins those races. He gets sponsorships because he is such an insane runner. Yeah, 24 hours. That is not a misspeak. He does 100-mile mountain races in the Rocky Mountains. Start in this city and run 100 miles through the mountains. Yes, he is bizarrely insane. But when I see people like that, I see the resilience of humanity. He will never turn into an orange blob a la a Wall-E spaceship. Okay? And I could, because I love computers and I could do that. But see, so when you think about the Great Rewind, there are always going to be people who are tinkerers, who are inventors, who are go-getters. So the Great Rewind has to be so devastating that it demoralizes even the best of humanity to be able to forget all of the technology. And I mean, another friend of mine in my church congregation, he is a mechanic for Delta Airlines. And he loves it. And yeah. So anyway, that's just I just sometimes the hardest pill for me to swallow in dystopian futures is that there is one. Because even after the fall of the great Roman Empire in the Dark Ages, we today are living in a post-apocalyptic world if you consider the Dark Ages the apocalypse, which some people did. Oh, John Mulaney. He has some fun stuff. We couldn't trust our textbooks. So we reround to a point we knew that was correct. Okay. And that may and that premise is yeah, you'll just have to go, you may have to explain that, but yeah. Who broke the trust in the textbooks? It's in the Great Rewind article. Okay, sounds good. All right, well, that's the sprint takeover.